What's up, everyone? Welcome to Level 7. It's time for another episode of the Agents of Fandom podcast. I'm your host, TJ Zwarich, and we are here for back-to-back days. Why? Because we love you. We love you, the viewers, and we just wanted to talk to you again. No, but actually, it's because Captain America Brave New World releases a brand new trailer 2 weeks ahead of San Diego Comic-Con, but surely to get it out in front of Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters, get it in front of as many eyes as possible. I read a tweet today that Deadpool and Wolverine is currently double the pre-order sales of any other movie of 2024 so far. So tracking to be absolutely huge. But we're not here to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. We're here to talk about Captain America Brave New World. And to help me out, I got my guy, co-host of the Listen 3000 podcast, co-host of the Council of Fire podcast covering House of the Dragon. Zen, how you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here back again. And we're talking Captain America. I'm really excited. Long awaited. So we're here to chop it up. I'm here.
And this trailer was honestly, I think, something pretty special. Before we dive in, make sure you are following us on socials at Agents Fandom on TikTok and Twitter, Agents of Fandom everywhere else, and make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube, subscribe to the Agents of Fandom wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed to the Listen 3K podcast while you're at it. But there's no time for pleasantries. It's late on a Friday night. Let's just get into breaking down the trailer here. How hyped are you for this movie? And did your excitement levels change after you saw this trailer?
It did. So I want to say I was moderately hyped for this. I mean, it's Captain America. It's a new one. We heard a lot of different things about it. We know they were going through a lot of reshoots and stuff like that. So I was like skeptical. I'm like, all right, I'm hoping they deliver what we know from the Captain America brand. And then this trailer basically gave me everything I was looking for. So I'm hoping the trailer delivers with the movie when it comes out. But like from the trailer itself, I'm excited. It definitely raised my hype level for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, this was something I was excited for it, because I'm excited for every MCU movie. But the trailer really leveled up how excited I am for this movie. Like, big Winter Soldier vibes, which we'll get into a little bit further. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It starts out with kind of the classic thing that they do in Iron Man 2 when Don Cheadle is recast as Rhodey instead of Terrence Howard. And he's like, yeah, it's me. I'm here. Get over it. And they do the same thing at the beginning of this trailer where obviously Thunderbolt Ross is no longer William Hurt. Rest in peace. It is now Harrison Ford. And he says, yeah, they said to shave the mustache, lose the mustache or lose the election. How excited are you for Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross? And it looks like he's looking to get Captain America back with the government, potentially rebuild the Avengers.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Once they added Harrison Ford to the cast, man, that got me super interested because I'm like, it was unexpected for me. I wasn't expecting Harrison Ford to ever be in anything MCU related. So the fact that we're getting him in this as Thunderbolt Ross, potentially Red Hulk, I think that's what we're getting, and it looks crazy, man. And the fact that he's trying to get Sam back with the government, I'm really interested because I feel like we went through that a little bit in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So like seeing that again, I feel like the stakes are higher this time. So I want to see how their conflict is going to get resolved.
And he just looks good. Like, he looks good. He sounds good. Yeah. I'm so excited to have him kind of like, I'm assuming, be somewhat of the like antagonist in this movie. I don't really know who the main antagonist is in this movie. Obviously, like, Cap's probably not going to be lining up with the government for too long. We got Isaiah Bradley going rogue a little bit here at the beginning of this trailer. What do you think is going on with Isaiah? Is this literally just going to be Captain America Winter Soldier 2, where it's like, the government is against us. Here's a brainwashed super soldier.
I don't know, man. That really caught me off guard too. Like I seen him. I'm like, man, what are you doing? You know better than to be doing something like this. This is crazy. I seen somebody throw a theory out there, like, what if he was a Skrull? Like, I don't know. Like, so I'm really curious how they're gonna spin this, or where part in the movie this takes place, and how they make this work. Because yeah, you're right. They could be taking some cues from Winter Soldier. I could see that happening too.
And while we don't know the primary antagonist, we do know a lot of separate secondary antagonists. One of them making his return for the first time since the second MCU movie, The Incredible Hulk, the leader, Samuel Stearns. For those who don't know, the leader if you remember back to Incredible Hulk, there was the guy, Mr. Green, Mr. Blue. They're messaging back and forth, trying to get the some cures for Bruce Banner's Hulk. But eventually, at the end, the leader gets too much gamma exposure. His head turns huge. He turns green. He becomes a super genius. He was already a genius, and now he becomes a gamma enhanced genius. I could see this being the leaders doing a little bit, setting Isaiah Bradley off a little bit. I think those two are going to have a connection there. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Isaiah Bradley's been through some tough shit, a lot of experimentation, and maybe some brainwashing was in there along the way.
I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely could see that. I feel like the leader, big brain activity, man. He's got some plans, and I feel like it's some things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And I feel like this is gonna be crazy once we figure out all the pieces.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like the leader is such a weird one because that's such a deep cut from like early in the MCU, but that gives me hope more than anything else that any post-credit scene, any throwaway character introduction or tease from any point in the MCU, no matter how long it's been since they've touched on it, it can get pulled back at any point. At any point, they can bring it back in. And so I find that pretty exciting because there are so many things that, whether it be Hercules in Love and Thunder, Star Fox in Eternals, Blade's voice, obviously that one is going through production, but just seems to never get made. Like so many things that it's like, hey, when are we going to get this? They can pull it out at absolutely any time. Another big question that has gone unanswered. I'm skipping ahead in the rundown, but I don't care because it goes so perfectly with what we're talking about right now is in Eternals. Tiamat was just in the ocean. He was just chilling. Cersei turns him to something. Rumor is Cersei turned him into adamantium, and that's where we're going to get adamantium in the MCU. And now in the trailer, we see Cap flying around. Sam Wilson, he's flying around Tiamat. We're going to get adamantium I don't know if they'll know it's adamantium in the MCU, but I do have a theory that I want to get to later at the end when we get to another talking point. But it seems like we're getting adamantium in the MCU, and Tiamat T's finally answered.
I feel like people have been waiting for this for so long. Like I feel like I see it on Twitter every couple of days. And somebody like, yeah, they never answered the question. What's this big celestial just sitting out in the middle of the ocean, out of the middle of nowhere? So I'm glad they're finally like head on getting to what this is, and now people's reaction to it. And I think it's gonna be crazy. And I agree with you. I really do think we're gonna get the adamantium, and like I'm super excited for that, for sure.
Oh, and it just lines up so perfectly with it coming right off the heels of Deadpool and Wolverine too. It's such good timing.
Maybe this was planned this way. Maybe they did this on purpose. Who knows?
What are the odds we get an Eternal cameo in this one? Are any of them even on Earth just chilling right now, or like all of them either abducted or in space? Like, I actually can't remember.
I think some of them are. I know what was the one that was like a little girl, but like she became human at the end?
Sprite.
I think she's still around, right?
I honestly, I'm like, so right at the end, Cersei gets abducted and by what's his face, big celestial, the main one, Arishem. And then there's like, Thena and crew that are in space. I can't actually remember if they all get abducted with Cersei, the ones who are on Earth, or if it was just Cersei. That's what I can't remember. But would be kind of cool if we get some kind of Eternals callback here, even if it is just somewhat of a reference. Another character that's going to get introduced here is someone who got added late to this movie, and that's Giancarlo Esposito. Officially, we don't know who he's playing, but the rumors are that it is George Washington Bridge, G.W. Bridge, a former SHIELD agent, kind of rogue assassin, mercenary kind of guy, really skilled with guns, really skilled combatant, and man, I'm down to get anything Giancarlo Esposito.
Same, man. I feel like everything he does is high quality, top notch every time. And like I wasn't expecting. I guess he's been talking about being in MCU for so long now. It's like we weren't expecting him to get this kind of role. I feel like he's going to be running around and doing some action stunts and stuff like that. So I wasn't expecting that for him. We were expecting like Charles Xavier or something sitting in the chair. But I feel like I'm really excited to see what he brings to this because his acting level is just another. It's just more icing on the top of this movie that they're adding to it with him being involved. So I'm really excited to see what he's gonna do and what part he plays. Because I'm not too familiar with the character GW Bridge before this. This is kind of my introduction, so I'm curious to see.
Did you see the tweet about it today about who he is?
No.
So for those who for those who don't know, George Washington Bridge is actually the arch nemesis of Gwen Stacy.
Oh wow, is that for real?
No, it's because she died falling off of George Washington.
Oh wow. Okay, that's crazy. That's
like
that's
the
dark.
actual.
That's pretty dark. Okay.
Oh. Poor
That
Peter
is
Parker,
crazy.
poor Gwen Stacy.
Man,
Hey,
for
I
real.
got that comic book right here. Death of the Green Goblin, the one right after it, where Peter Parker goes after Green Goblin because Gwen Stacy. There he is. She is dead in his arms right now. That's why you gotta watch us on YouTube. Everybody, hit that like button, subscribe.
Yes.
But big Winter Soldier vibes. It's a dark tone. It's you can tell it from the trailer. Like the scoring of the trailer is really dark. It's fast paced. The editing is very quick, like Captain America Winter Soldier. We kind of know the relationship between Thunderbolt Ross and Cap isn't going to go well for very long. He says, "You might be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers." Little bit of a meta commentary of all the bigots out there that are being like, "That's Captain Falcon. That's just the Falcon. That's Sam Wilson. That's not Miles Morales. That's not Spider-Man. That's Miles Morales." Little bit of a shot at them. Guess what? You're painted as the antagonist because you're an idiot. And obviously that's going to be, I'm assuming, Cap coming out on top by the end of this. I don't think this is going to be the type of movie where it's Infinity War, they lose at the end. But I'm really excited to see Joaquin Torres take up the mantle as Falcon because we see it officially. He's one of the better parts of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He's a lot of fun, and we get to see him flying in his Falcon suit alongside Cap in this one.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that too. I felt like they teased us with that during Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they're finally like delivering on him, finally getting the mantle this time. So I'm excited to see what he does as well. I loved him in that show, so getting to see him in the movie is going to be dope.
And then finally, the big reveal at the end of the trailer. It goes to, the title card, Captain America, Brave New World. And then at the end, we see the shield being caught and slammed by none other than the Red Hulk. Who is the Red Hulk? For those who don't know, it's Thunderbolt Ross. It's Harrison Ford, all CGI'd up, being the Hulk. So that's going to be incredibly exciting. He is just as strong as the Hulk. The Hulk has a little bit more potential to get extra crazy mad and level up the strength a little bit, but the Red Hulk is basically on par with him strength wise. Zen, do you know what the Red Hulk's, tying into what we were talking about earlier, do you know what the Red Hulk's weakness is?
I don't, because I've been wondering this whole time what is Falcon going to do against the Red Hulk. So if you know, let me know.
Adamantium.
Oh wow, okay. See, I didn't know that, and now it's the pieces are coming together, man. What is going on?
The pieces are all coming together, so I'm thinking the government is going to want Sam to check out what's going on with Tiamat, right? They're going to figure it out, and he's going to realize by the end when he's facing the Red Hulk, hey, this new metal I was checking out, this might help me out a little bit. So maybe he gets some adamantium on his wings. I don't know, but I'm excited to see Sam Wilson fight Thunderbolt Ross, Captain America versus the Red Hulk. That's going to be pretty cool. He's got the Red Hulk to contend with. Like, the Red Hulk is also a quote-unquote hero sometimes, like he's on the side of good sometimes, but at first, no one knows how to be good when they're a Hulk right off the bat. It takes some time to figure out.
That's right.
And so it's going to be a lot of fun to see him. We got Red Hulk. We got the leader. We got GW Bridge. Val is lurking in the background. Cap has a lot stacked up against him in this movie. Since it is giving such Winter Soldier vibes, do you think this is going to be a movie similar to Cap Winter Soldier where he's not alone? He's got a little team. He's got Black Widow alongside of him. Nick Fury's helping with Maria Hill or helping him out from behind the scenes a lot of it. He picks up Sam Wilson for the first time. Is Joaquin Torres, Falcon, going to be his only kind of teammate in this one? Or do you think they will build up a little squad, maybe bringing in some Hulks? You got the leader, you got Red Hulk. You'd think Bruce Banner might show up in this one. What do you think?
Maybe even Abomination, because I feel like he was kind of good at the end of She-Hulk. I feel like he's not really on the bad side. We could see him come in, chime in, and be of help. But he's gonna need the help. It seems like the villains are stacking up on him, so he's definitely gonna need the help. So I can see that. I definitely can see that.
That'd be a fun little way. Sorry for those who can hear my cat Shadow meowing in the background coming to say hello. But that would be like just a fun little connectivity tidbit if they pull Wong, Madison, and Abomination are all hanging out, and then Abomination comes to fight with them. But I was originally thinking like, oh, we get all these Hulks. Give me the Hulk. He should be coming to help out. They're friends.
Mm-hmm.
But and don't get me wrong, I would love if She-Hulk pops up. That's like my next hope would be like we're getting all these Hulks. Give us Jennifer Walters, have Tatiana Maslany there. But in all realness, kind of how I'm viewing this is since Falcon turned into Captain America, since Sam Wilson became Captain America, he's had so many naysayers both within the MCU and outside of the MCU. I don't think they're going to really have him teaming up. Like, don't get me wrong, it would be cool to see him lead a team because he's Captain America. But I think they're going to kind of show Sam's got this. Cap's got this. Doesn't matter if the leader's here, Red Hulk's here, GW Bridges here, etc. He's going to handle this shit because he's Captain America, as opposed to them bringing in a bunch of help for him. If they do bring in a bunch of help for him, I hope it's in the sense of like, I am leading this team. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I do, man. I do feel like he's like going to be kind of proving himself in this film. Like even Anthony Mackie as an actor, I feel like this is one of his first leading roles as like the main franchise lead of a movie. So I feel like even off screen, he's going to be proving himself of being able to put it all on his back. And I honestly would like to see that. Like I would like to see him take on all these people on his own. Like that would be really cool to see. And you got Falcon obviously, but like he's Cap now, so like it's a lot on his shoulders. You know what I mean? Like I think back to like the first Captain America film, and it wasn't really any help for Cap. You know what I mean? So I could see them kind of mirroring that, if taking pieces from both. You know?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And there is one like it almost is kind of the mimicking of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, because we have hold on, where I'm just trying to pull up the tweets here so I don't get it wrong, but we have a Cap and a Falcon, just like we do in Captain America Winter Soldier. We have Black Widow helping him throughout, and I really don't know the role this character plays, but there's a character in the movie who's going to be named Ruth Bat-Saraf, and in the comics this is an incredibly controversial character because they're a super soldier by the name of Sabra fighting for the Israeli government, which of course right now is not a topic really wanting to be throwing into the movie. Free Palestine. I don't really, but what it does seem like is they're changing the character. They didn't change the name, but they are changing the character. And so she's going to be a former Black Widow. She's not a super soldier. She's going to be a former Black Widow. And I actually don't know if she's going to have anything to do with the Israeli government. It sounds like she's just going to be a former Black Widow working with the American government. So it would have been kind of cool if they changed the name. But just to, avoid isolating a lot of people with this movie. But I'm going to personally go about it with the approach. I'm not going to judge till it's out, see how they handle it. Would have preferred if they changed the name, but I don't, to each their own on that one. I'm definitely not saying anybody has to do one thing or has to do another thing because it's a very sensitive situation. And so not my place to say personally what people should or should not be doing. But long story short, you got a Black Widow, you got a Captain America, and you got a Falcon. And so it is kind of lining up very similar there with all these different bad guys, whether it be, Pearson Winter Soldier versus Red Hulk and the leader, all these different bad guys kind of lining up to a very similar looking storyline. But that's my favorite non-Avengers movie in the MCU. And so if it's close to it, I'm going to be pretty damn happy. Zen, what's coming for Listen 3000? And for those who don't know, I plug it every pod, but for those who don't know, why should people be listening to the Council of Fire?
Oh man, we're real dragons over there, man. It gets really we really get into it, man. We are all lovers of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, and I feel like it's a raw, unfiltered, pure discussion about each episode. Right after each episode, we're jumping on talking about it. So yeah, if y'all love House of the Dragon, you love Game of Thrones, please tap into Council of Fire. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. We also have the Comic Corner with Zen's co-host of the Council of Fire, Fat Thor, AF, and Damon, who has been joining me the last couple of weeks to talk about the Acolytes. If you haven't tuned in to our Acolyte discussion this week, we also broke down the trailer for Agatha All Along. So even if you're not watching Star Wars, make sure you tune into that one for some Agatha All Along. Next week, we will be covering the Acolyte finale with Katrina Dennis joining us. So make sure you tune in. And then it is Deadpool and Wolverine time. We'll have a primer followed by the review of that one. Our own Ryan Cortero is going to be going a few days early to that one at the Toronto premiere, so that should be very exciting. But Captain America Brave New World is coming in February. Trailer out now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. If you're watching us on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we will see you next week talking more Acolyte. On behalf of myself and Zen, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Peace.